is so much how much protection Rwanda will get from Britain, from Israel, from the USA, if we decide to engage them toe for toe. That's what makes them survive. Why would, without an American protection, a Rwandan president go to Oval Office with the DRC president Tshisekedi to go and sign an agreement? When they come back, the Rwandan president is still continuing with his shenanigans in the forest of DRC.
Honorable Julius Malema, your remarks about engaging Rwanda have been held, but let it be known that Rwanda is a nation that stands on its principle, its progress and its sovereignty. We are more than ready to defend ourselves, our stability, our dignity, and our people. Rwanda has come this far by choosing peace, discipline, and hard work. Anyone who chooses to engage Rwanda must understand that they do so at their own risk, because this country, it is not built on fear, it is built on resilience and unity.
He's also there pretending to be playing a peacemaker role, and he has a force that has been fighting alongside FDLR and has been fighting the M23 on the instructions of Tshisekedi, because these are people who are not supposed to be in Congo, that these are from Rwanda, or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are he keeps on going. And how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him?
We welcome dialogue grounded in respect, but we will never bow to intimidations. The shame you got from M23 will be unforgettable. Julius Malema, you were very stupid. First of all, your army should not be there. South African army should be the last army to fight against freedom fighters, because South African has also thought very hard to get freedom. And if you understand very well why M23 is fighting against Felix Tshisekedi army, they are fighting for freedom. These are Congolese citizens who wants to live freely in Congo. Second of all, although Rwanda is a very small country compared to South Africa, when it comes to military training and discipline, comparing South Africa to Rwanda army, there is no match. Remember when South African military lost their war in Congo, they were alone. They had a coalition of military from Tanzania, Malawi, Burundi. They all lost together.
So Kagame has got blood of South Africans on his hands, and nothing is going to change. Now we're told the bodies are decomposing. There's no clear passage to can go and collect the bodies. They've captured the South African base, by the way, and they're not telling you this in confidence. They keep on talking as if things are fine. Things are not fine. They've captured the base next to the airport. What is that airport? The Goma airport. Our base is captured there. Our soldiers are under the supervision of M23. When they want to go to a toilet, they ask for permission from M23 and they accompany them to a toilet. This were told by a soldier on the phone. Deputy President of the EFF was there. He says the only thing they haven't done to belittle us and make us more humiliated and violated is that they've not taken our guns.
Felix Tshisekedi has destroyed the DRC. He falsely accused Rwanda. Tshisekedi refuses the inclusive national dialogue proposed by Congolese bishops and pastors to resolve the conflict among Congolese people through peaceful means. He said he will not respect the constitution. South Africa's special forces are being used to steal minerals in DRC for Ramaphosa, but in real battle, they are too weak to use their advanced weapon. South Africa should remember the wise word of Mandela. No country should force another country to share its enemy. Ask countries to hate other countries because of some policy differences. South African army failed to stop insurgencies in Mozambique. Look what happened when the Rwandan force arrived. South Africa is a powerhouse economically, but the Rwanda army is on another level, very dedicated and disciplined force that's packed. Imagine your soldiers dying because they didn't know what they went to fight. Malema, you are brave, but sometimes don't be taken by emotion. Malema, remember, Kagame never killed your army. Tshisekedi and Ramaphosa killed your army. This Malema guy has no clue about anything in military science or anything else for that matter. You have nothing to tell South Africans, or your song Rwanda, Rwanda, Kagame, Kagame won't solve the internal issues that your big country has. What were your army doing on Rwandan borders? What were they conniving with FDLR on Rwanda's border? Did the Rwandan soldier, including yours, did President PK killing your soldier in your South Africa? So know that Rwanda is a nation, not stupid people. Dear Malema, from my tactical standpoint, the Rwanda Defense Force RDF demonstrate higher level of operation readiness, cohesion, and battle-tested experiences compared to the South African National Defense Force. RDF's continuous engagement in regionals, operational, disciplined command structure, and unified doctrine make it a force capable of rapid deployment and sustained combat operation. Very experienced in using surgical strike, we can destroy our enemy without losing a single soldier. By contrast, SANDF's challenges such as fragmented doctrine, reduced training cycles, logistical constraints, and internal administrative issues limit its ability to protect power effectively or maintain high-tempo operations. The structural weaknesses reduce SANDF's battlefield agility and operation resilience. So brother Malema, don't compare the two RDFs far ahead to SANDF 1,000 times, including your general suffering obesity and lack of physical fitness. On December 10th, 2025, Julius Malema addressed the media at an EFF press conference, speaking about Rwanda-DRC conflict and its impact on the South Africa National Defense Force. His remarks provoked strong reaction. In this analysis, I break down his speech into 12 angles, showing how these words intersect with Africa's debates on sovereignty, military strength, and leadership.
If I were president, I will never be sheepish in front of the US attack on South Africa, never. First thing I would have dealt with properly is that thing of Rwanda of killing our people by Kagame, killing our soldiers. Till today, we have not responded to that situation. It's not so much about Rwanda. It's so much how much protection Rwanda will get from Britain, from Israel, from the USA, if we decide to engage them toe for toe. That's what makes them survive. Why would, without an American protection, a Rwandan president go to Oval Office with the DRC president Tshisekedi to go and sign an agreement? When they come back, the Rwandan president is still continuing with his shenanigans in the forest of DRC. He knows. He enjoys protection from those people.
First of all, Malema insulted toward Kagame. Malema accused Rwanda and President Paul Kagame of destabilizing the region, but this was seen as disrespect. Kagame is described as a gift to Africa, a stabilizing leader. To insult him is to undermine South Africa's credibility. The analysts view Malema rhetoric here damages his own standing. Malema questioned SANDF's strength, yet Rwanda's RDF is placed for discipline, cohesion, and battlefield success. Mozambique proved RDF's effectiveness where SANDF failed. The analyst stresses SANDF's corruptions and pure training make comparison with RDF almost laughable. Malema implied Rwanda is small compared to South Africa, but sovereignty is not measured by size. Nations like people differ, tall, short, slim, or strong. Battle deserve respect. Rwanda is here to stay, and South Africa cannot dictate terms simply because of its size. Critics describe Malema as corrupt, immature, even a comedian. He is accused of wasting himself, smoking weed, and lacking military knowledge. Malema's credibility is questioned, and his fury rhetoric risks being dismissed as performance rather than leadership. Some voice emphasized Rwanda's permanence. Rwanda is here to stay, whether you want it or not. Rwanda's resilience after genocide, its unity, and its disciplined military make it a nation that cannot be ignored. Malema's threat underestimated Rwanda's resolve. DRC conflict and M23. Malema linked Rwanda to instability in DRC, but the analysts point out Felix Tshisekedi has destroyed the DRC, falsely accusing Rwanda, while M23 are fighting for freedom. Malema misunderstands the Congolese problem. Rwanda is not the aggressor. Tshisekedi's failed leadership fuels conflict. Another angle, South Africa's reliance on US aid and external support. Dependency weakens sovereignty. Malema's speech ignores how South Africa's alliance and aid reliance limit its ability to act independently in regional conflict. For the mineral interest in SANDF is low. South African special forces are used to steal minerals in DRC for Ramaphosa. In real battle, they are too weak to use advanced weapons. SANDF's presence may be more about resources than peace, raising questions about motives. Mandela once said, no country should force another to share its enemies. Malema rhetorics risk dragging South Africa into conflict that are not its own. True leaderships require respecting sovereignty and choosing alliances wisely. Malema is described as brave but emotionally. You can plan how to start a war but not how to end it. Leadership driven by emotion can lead nations into conflict without clear outcomes. Strategy, not passion, must guide military decisions. Rwanda's military discipline vs SANDF weakens. Detailed comparison highlights RDF operation readiness, surgical strike, and fitness versus SANDF's obesity, lack of training, and fragmented doctrine. RDF is far ahead, and Malema's comparison only expose SANDF's weaknesses. Finally, Rwanda's stance is clear. We take note, we never forget, and we never forgive the haters. Rwanda's welcomes dialogue grounded in respect, but we never bow to intimidation. Malema's speech may have strengthened Rwanda's resolve rather than weakened it. Malema's press conference was meant to spotlight Rwanda's role in the DRC and question SANDF readiness. Instead, it exposed his weaknesses, his side toward Kagame, his misunderstanding of military realities, and his reckless leadership style. Across 12 angles, the reason is clear. Africa needs dialogue, discipline, and respect, not reckless speeches that inflame tensions. Wars are not won, by words but by wisdom.